Alright. Let me talk to you guys seriously for a moment. I'm not sure if you guys know I have another channel called Second Chance Review. This is not about that, but there's a video where me and Nakoma were playing Injustice 2. In the beginning, we were talking about the perfect person. The idea that the perfect person doesn't exist. And that, no one's ever going to be everything that you want them to be. And I was trying to tell Nakoma that, yeah, you have to be able to accept people at their worst. If you are to meld, join them in life, journey with them. There you go, better expression. If you're going to journey with anybody, you have to be able to accept them at their weakest. And if their weakest is too dark for you, then maybe it might be time for you to step away. But that's not where I'm trying to get at. What I'm trying to get at is the idea of a perfect person. Now the question is, well, obviously you're going to think to yourself, there is no such thing as a perfect person. And I'm going to tell you there is. There is. But you have to understand what the word perfect means. The word perfect for you is not going to be the same thing for me. For instance, it's like, if a girl finds this guy and he has the perfect hair and the perfect body and the perfect voice that just makes you melt, and he has perfect mannerism, has a perfect job and everything else like that, you'll get bored. Because he's always right. And that's a flaw, right? Robin Hood, that's perfect too. He's humble, honest. Personality-wise, great. He's still not the perfect guy, necessarily. Because if he happens to be that perfect, then you'll always kind of, in a way, kind of see yourself as never going to really meet up to him. Eventually, you end up despising him in a way. I say that from personal experience because I know for a fact no one I've ever met has been perfect. Or if they were, they showed me that they weren't. It's because that, and I say all that to say that you have to be able to accept people's flaws. Because their flaws will humanize them, which will help you relate to them. The idea of being with somebody, being with anybody, is the idea that you two get each other. That the other person has troubles and you are able to help with that. Or you have troubles and they're willing to listen, or they're willing to help, or they're willing to not make you feel incompetent, to not make you feel like crap. The idea of the perfect person isn't the fact that they're perfect, it's the idea that they're perfect for you. The idea that you know who you are, you know what you like, you know what you dislike. Annette has always told me that whenever you get to know anybody, you always have to kind of like categorize things like what you're able to accept and what you're not able to accept. Now, if what you're not able to accept is higher than what you're willing to accept, get rid of it. Because you don't need it. That's no stress. You have to learn to accept more things that you dislike than things that you do like, and that doesn't make any sense. So, but it only makes sense if you're kind of able to kind of like even out the playing field, being able to go, I can, like, oh, she's kind of skinny, but she's a tough as nails kind of chick. Or, oh, he's kind of stupid, but it's sweet and endearing kind of thing. Like, there's no such thing as perfect. And everybody knows that because everybody listens to half nursery rhymes and what have you. It's the idea that, yeah, know that no one's perfect, but know that there is a certain person that is able to fit that criteria. But you have to know what that criteria is. You can't just jump into relationships and hope that it works. You can't hope if you just show people enough love that things will work out, because that's not how things work out. You just can't be like, guy number 278, come up front. I'm just going to love you as much as I can. And then, we're good married. And I'm not going to be like, girl number 27. Are you going to, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm not licensed. Is the journey. And the question is, are you able to put up with the journey? And I realize that me personally, I know that not many people can put up with what I got. I'm busy. All the time, I'm busy. And I always got things going on. I got things. And that's like a quote-unquote normal day. I suffer from mental health problems. Schizophrenia. Dissociative identity disorder. Schizophrenia, PTSD actually since 2014, and depression. I'm also a workaholic. I use that to cover up the pain of what happened, what caused the PTSD. And actually lately I've been realizing I'm slipping because I realized there's something I go to when I realize that like I must be really depressed, I must be really sad because I'm always doing this, and I notice it. And I notice that I don't have anybody else here to do that for me. Even people who say, "Yeah, we have you, we got you," they're like, "Oh yeah, we can." Da, da, da. When it comes down to like, "Hey, this is what's really going on," sometimes it just quietly bow out, disappear, and what have you. I know I'm not perfect. I don't. I don't really strive to be perfect. I strive for excellence. If that makes any sense to any of you guys. And some people say, "Oh, you do a lot." I'm like, it's not enough. Because my goal isn't to meet the one, whatever that means. My goal is to be able to look myself in the mirror and be like, you know what? At least I don't hate you. Because honestly, if I still look at the mirror and kind of go, I still hate you. I don't. And you guys say it too. Like if you look yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm not okay with what I see, but you don't do anything to change that. You shouldn't bring anybody into that mix. I'm working on making myself better. And let me tell you, it's not easy. Sometimes the anger gets the best of me. Sometimes the loneliness does too. Because as much as people are around and want to be around, if they don't get you, then they don't get you. So what I'm trying to say is that there's no such thing as a perfect person. There's no such thing as a perfect group. There's no such thing as a perfect anything. There's certain things that fit you particularly. There's certain things that you like. There's certain things that you hate, and there's certain things that you're able to put up with. So notice that somebody who might not have the perfect body might have a good personality. Or someone who has a perfect personality has a ugly body. You have to ask yourself, can I deal with that? And it's not always that. Sometimes it's like 60-30. And then you have to ask yourself, what is it that they do that I'm okay with? And what is it that they do that I'm not okay with? And what is it that they don't do that I'm not okay with? Yeah, it's a lot complicated when you add somebody else into the complicated life that you already have. You always gotta have to ask yourself, where is this going? What are you doing? Because the star of your show is you. Now, if you want to be cool and be like, yeah, I do this and I do that, that's great. But if you're not going anywhere with it, let's hope you find somebody who's able to be okay with you not going anywhere with it. My friend was telling me that he was worried about the person that he was with because it's been the relationship that he was in prior. The girl was like, "Oh, you better get your shit together. We're done." Ultimatum style. And it's like, and this is what love is supposed to be like. This is what a relationship's supposed to be like. And he's stuck on that mentality. The fact that people are like, where are you at? Are you moving forward? Are you progressing in life? Are you still in the same deadbeat job? Am I still paying this, and that, and the third with you? Is it still you versus me? And with this new girl that he's kind of seeing, he's kind of thinking like, oh, it's probably gonna happen again. And trust me, I've done the same thing. I realize even every time that I might even look at a friendship, I go, is this person like Jasmine? Can I handle being left behind again? Can I handle being that much of a disappointment? To lose that kind of respect. Because a heart can only be broken so many times until it's dust. But see, that's the thing. And it's dust, lemon and lemonade and all that crap. There's always something that you can make out of it. Because dust is virtually you can make concrete out of dust, clay out of dust. Out of the worst material, you can make gold, coal, and diamonds. Enough pressure, enough work. So know that, yeah, the perfect person is not perfect. No such thing. But it might be a perfect person for you, but you have to figure out who you are. You have to work on you. And if you're not okay with who you are, with what you're doing and how you're doing it and the lifestyle it is, don't sit back like, oh, my life is unhappy. Do something. Make yourself happy. And try to do it with as little heartbreak as possible. Find the perfect person for you, but to do that, you have to find out who you are. Otherwise, just kind of stabbing in the dark, hoping that someone's able to accept the mess that you are when you can't. And if that's the case, then good luck to you. But I got things to do, guys. So I'll catch you later. Thank you for listening to me. Peace.